All right, so we're continuing on with Chaitanya Bhagavat from the meeting of Nityananda. I think that's what this is here. Yeah. So anyway, this is... Anyway, it's in somewhere in Chaitanya Bhagavat. I'm going to lose my place. So the Lord is showing his Varaha form to Murari Gupta. So he says, my limbs are supremely pure. They contain all yagnas within them. Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods sing the glories of my nature in pastimes. See? So the demigods, they realize that this is really true. The Lord's limbs are supremely pure, and all yagnas reside in them. You know, once Lord Chaitanya said, Haridas, at every moment you are taking your bath in the Ganges. Every moment, because he was chanting the name, and the Lord was touching. See, like it says here, the touch of my limbs makes everything pure and sacred. Still, this fellow in Varanasi says that my body is an illusion. How can I tolerate that? See, that's that Brahman level of realization again. You think that's it. You think it's just you're not the body, and you're, you know, if the form of God is introduced either in the name, it's like chanting Coca-Cola. That's what what these yogis say. Ones who are worshipped by thousands of people, you know, say, oh, chanting the name of Krishna is just like chanting Coca-Cola. See, but that's the actual limb of God. He's non-different than his name. He's not different than his form. He's not different than his pastimes or qualities. So the Lord just beautifully teaches, you know, in this incarnation as Lord Chaitanya, the essence of truth. See, so anyway, this is what we're up against, is being, you know, understanding. The demigods understand and worship the form of God in his pastimes and his qualities. This is the deepest form of realization that we can get. For the connoisseurs of worshiping the Lord, they worship the form of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya to get to Krishna. Please listen, O Murari. I will tell you the truth. I will tell you the secret of the Vedas. I am Lord Varaha. I am the truth described in the Vedas. In ancient times I rescued the earth. See, so the Lord is revealing this very intimate truth. You know, this is this is Bhakti Yoga, the revelation of intimate truth to those who are non-envious of the Lord saying stuff like this, so confidential. It's why devotees, they can't share, you know, directly about anything that they're realizing usually, because people misunderstand and think it's ego and all these things. So the Lord reveals these amazing things to those who are very dear to him and those who are not. You know, they've overcome envy and jealousy, wanting to be equal with God. This is so hard to get through. I am Lord. Please listen, O Murari Gupta. I will tell you the truth. I tell you the secret of the Vedas. I will tell you the secret of the Vedas. I am Lord Varaha. I am the truth described in the Vedas. In ancient times I rescued the earth. I have described to this world. Now this is so important, actually. So the Lord is saying, I am the truth. Just like Jesus said, I am the truth. This is so true. This ultimate truth is the incarnation of God. The ultimate truth is Jesus. The ultimate truth is Lord Varaha. The ultimate truth is Krishna. The ultimate truth is Lord Chaitanya. The ultimate truth is his devotees. They're eternal, just like the Lord is eternal. The ultimate truth is important to keep in mind. I have descended to this world to begin the Sankirtan movement. I will stay among the devotees and I will kill the demons. See, the Sankirtan movement is chanting the name. You know, even Christians are engaged in the Sankirtan movement because they're chanting the name of God. That's why there's some that have reached the level of ecstasy that are non-judgmental. So, that's Sankirtan. Sankirtan is simply chanting the names of God. Lord Chaitanya said that in this age of Kali, the religion of the age is remembering Krishna and reminding others of Krishna. See, so you can't remind them without opening your mouth and chanting the names of God. See, that's it. That's it, man. That's the Sankirtan movement. Is a very quick way to awaken our relationship with God in our heart. That's why people often they watch these videos or they hear somebody glorifying the Jesus in the Bible or Krishna like this, and they feel that awakening, which doesn't usually happen in other ways. That's how powerful this Sankirtan movement is, and why it's really, if you don't engage in somehow on some level of Sankirtan, we won't, it's like ineffective what we do here, because this Kali Yuga is so powerful. Okay? So powerful, but you know what? So, in this way, home after home, the Lord mercifully revealed his true identity to all his servants. Recognizing their Lord, all the servants felt great bliss in their hearts. That's what we're doing by chanting. It's just to recognize Krishna in the name. That even a moment's recognition is so wonderful, isn't it? When you're chanting sometimes for an hour, man, and then all of a sudden there's some recognition. Oh, that's Krishna, man. I feel you, man. I'm so happy to feel you. Even for a second, it just feels like, wow, my life is successful. I mean, that's the way I feel. If I can taste Krishna, whenever I experience some closeness with the Lord by chanting or doing something, some service, it's like, wow, my life is successful today. There's a beautiful pastime in Saints of Vraj, where one person was a Baba, and he realized Radha and Krishna, and then Radharani said, I'm going to give you a service. You're going to be like a guru, and you're going to teach those how to attain me who have faith in me. See, it's all about faith. If you have faith in Jesus, then, you hang around the more advanced Christians, the better, and you get inspired and purified and also experiences and all of that. Okay? So anyway, this guru, Babaji, became like a teacher. And so anyway, he gets some disciples, and he's teaching them this Leela Smaranam, remembering, you remember the Leela, and you engage as a maidservant of Radharani like this. And so he's giving them some process. It's something that just came to him by his relationship with Radha and Krishna, because that's how we get it. We serve in association with those who are a little more advanced than we are, or a lot more advanced, whatever you can get, you know. And in that way, we make progress because insights come and all of this through that association. So he engaged them in this Leela Smaranam type thing. So one day, this person was doing his Leela Smaranam and he was decorating the arm of Radharani. And he just totally got stunned at the beauty of her arm. And it was like he got touched by the transcendental beauty. It just appeared to him. He just saw it, he got it. And he couldn't even move, he couldn't say anything. It was just, he couldn't do his service, you know, of this Leela Smaranam. And so he goes to his guru later, he says, I am so sorry I couldn't finish my service of decorating the arm when I just saw the beauty. I just got stunned. And I'm such a wretch. And his guru says, today he has been successful. He's the only one who's been successful in his service. See? To be touched by God, to feel that presence and closeness. Devotees live for that. That's Rajmood. We get that. I mean, I don't know, I've always appreciated this, and I feel so sorry for myself or anyone else that can't see that coming here, you get, because of sadhu sangha, it really amplifies the possibility to get that. You know? I've seen so many people, and myself included, go away from that. That's what bad association does. Or offenses, you know, you become haughty or something. But really, that's to commune with Krishna, to touch Krishna, is the greatest happiness. I mean, that's all God wants. He wants to touch his devotees. He wants to commune with his devotees. That gives him the ras, the greatest ras, this embracing his devotees. See, so the devotees also like that. They want to embrace the Lord. It gives them the greatest happiness. So recognizing their Lord. So I don't know, for me, I just chanting every day is like, let me recognize you, Lord, that you're in your name, man. Because I know that recognition is going to give me great happiness. Great eagerness. The more you recognize the Lord in his name, in his fame, in his pastimes, you become more and more eager. And that is how we overcome the Maya. And if you're weak in that, the best place to be, actually another status update, it's so funny I put these things up there, I just felt to do it. Because if you're weak in that, then hang around, associate with those who are eager for that. Because then it's like a virus, you will get that eagerness also. And we need that help. It's kind of like you go to a trainer, personal trainer. If you want to develop the body, trying to do it on your own, no motivation, nothing. Go to a personal trainer who's very eager to engage in these things and, do the weights and all that. You go there and then you start, get motivated. Well, Bhakti Yoga is, we need a Bhakti boot camp. This here is a Bhakti boot camp too, we kind of, hey, reflect reality. Hey, go do this, and we get a little more like, okay, I can do this. See, Bhakti Boot Camp. That's what we'll call this program, Bhakti Boot Camp. So, no longer were they afraid of the materialists and offenders. And if you want to overcome fear, don't go to a psychologist. You can if you want. You don't have to. Don't go to a tarot reader to be, all that. Don't go to anything else. Go to Krishna. Because the more we get connected with the Lord, you just overcome fearlessness. Fear flees. Fear is a symptom of lack of connection with the Lord. See? Fear. If you want to become fearless, if we, then we just associate with Krishna and the Vaishnavas, and we will overcome fear that way in due course. Otherwise, the other ways are just like band-aids. Maybe you get some relief temporarily. This is permanent. So a devotee, if they're in fear, they know it's just a lack of communion or connection with the Lord. Yeah. See, Arjuna was like, when Krishna left, he started to feel weak. And the fear, the doubts, all that stuff come up. If that's happening for any devotee, be around Vaishnavas who are a little stronger than us, or a lot stronger, whatever you can find, and chant in their association. That's the most valuable thing, because you'll overcome fear, you become less doubtful, you become more clear. Okay? A lot of instructions in this class today. Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Almost too many.
I know. I'm sorry about that, man. I just...
Getting overwhelmed. I'm almost under the table.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about this. Please forgive me for this being so offensive today.
I know I can't keep up with that standard.
That's why I say, don't worry about it. Just all in due course. So, okay, here we go. It's going to lighten up, I think. Gathering together with their Lord, the devotees blissfully chanted the holy names day and night. Day and night. All the devotees were there. Only Lord Nityananda was absent. Oh, okay, here we go. We're going to meet Nityananda. We need his help, man. All right. Seeing that his brother was not there, Lord Chaitanya became very unhappy. Lord Chaitanya always meditated on Lord Nityananda. He knew that Lord Nityananda is Anantasesh. Please hear about Lord Nityananda in the form of the sutras. I will now tell something of his birth and activities. In the land of Radhadesh, in the village named Ekachakra, where Lord Nityananda was born. Hey, Manorama said she just went to Ekachakra yesterday or the other day. Just got a message. I've never been there.
Where is that near?
It's near Mayapur. Like an hour away or something. Everybody that goes there has amazing reports. Like they really feel something there, going there. A short distance away is a Shiva Linga deity named Madhusvara. Lord Nityananda and Balaram worshipped that deity. In that village lived a Brahmana named Hari Pandit. He was merciful and very renounced. His wife was named Padmavati. She was chaste and devoted to her husband. She was a transcendental potency of Lord Vishnu. She was the mother of the worlds. See, we become the transcendental potency of the Lord by, this is the whole point of sadhana. We're hearing and we're chanting, and ultimately we're like an iron put in a fire, and then that potency begins to radiate from us. See, so that's being a channel for it here. That's why ultimately we have to come to the point of, like fixed and focused devotion. See, and that's why I say, okay, so we work for Krishna, we work for the mission and all of that, we're focused. See, and we're hearing and chanting there, we get focused. So it's all about focusing, and to the point where we actually become that like a red hot iron in a fire of devotional service, and you're used in this world. Yeah. So anyway, the Maya is like our teacher and helper in that. It's like, going into a ring and sparring around and boxing, and getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and more determined, like this in this. So she's actually helping us in this way. But you can't be inattentive. You got to kind of really be focused more. All right. So for some days, Nityananda enjoyed pastimes in the home of Hari Pandit. Lord Nityananda decided in his heart to leave home. Still, he did not leave, for that would make his mother and father unhappy. There was not a sesame seed's worth of time his mother did not gaze on Lord Nityananda. A moment without him seemed longer than a yuga to the father. You see how any time we're connected, actually you could look at a status update if you want of what I did. It was kind of unusual but I had some inspiration to do it. I did it. But it's all about this. If you start to worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and Radha and Krishna, if you do this kind of worship, you will get so attached to the Lord, and you will also feel separation, because that's how we deepen such a relationship. Your ecstasies will be deeper than anyone else's in this who are worshiping other forms of God. I mean, this is the great gift of the Lord, but also the separations will be very deep and very, especially if you don't have a lot of experience and people reflecting to you about that, and that's kind of why I'm doing stuff like this, because it's inevitable. Anybody who becomes attracted to these videos, and all we're doing here is glorifying Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, you're going to get attached if anybody who stays here. See? And that means great deepening ecstasy, but also separation's going to be there, and nobody wants it. No, they didn't want it, and everything. See, it would make his mother and father unhappy, but he stayed longer, and it just increased it. And then when he left, then they felt it. Really felt it. But that's how we're learning to deepen our relationship with the Lord in separation. Because what I learned, it really, without that separation, you can't go deeper with God like that. This is kind of how it is for the residents of Braj. This is what Lord Chaitanya came to teach us. Okay? So that's why we have to speak now about these topics as a responsibility to people, because otherwise they'll be like that one lady who watched the video years ago, and she got so much of this love for the Lord awakening in her heart from hearing the glorification of Lord Chaitanya, and then the separation came in, and then she goes to a psychologist and wonders luckily the psychologist was inspired by the Lord and said, well, that's because your material life and attachment to the world is diminishing. And that's exactly what separation does. All the things that we're attached to in the world, especially the impious things, begin the dissolution, dissolving. And then, because then all you can think about is the Lord. Isn't that a great way for sadhana? It's effortless. You just start thinking about the Lord without having to, people on the path of Vaidhi Bhakti and Sadhana Bhakti are trying to get to that point of getting attached to the Lord. Could take them 20, 30, 40, 50, a whole lifetime, and still they're working on it. But if you're associating with those who are attached to the Lord more than yourself, you see that this stuff will start to happen spontaneously. Just, and then you're on the path of, it's just effortless. You just can't wait to meet the Lord. See, that's eager devotion, very advanced stage. And then when the Lord separates, and you can't wait to meet Him again, and you're always thinking about Him. See, you don't have to force yourself to think about Krishna. You just have to. It's where your happiness is, and where are you? So it gets you into one-pointed devotion easily. Yeah. That's like a path of union and separation. It's the greatest path. Okay, that's enough for today, huh? For now. Let's take a break.
You done?
Yeah, I think I better just stop. It's enough. Any comments or questions?
Instructions kind of wigged me out a little bit.